Abdul Aziz from Sri Lanka.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Bismillah.
Sheikh, my question is, yesterday during the Jummah khutbah, the Imam was doing a khutbah about the israf, and he made a point where he said that some of the scholars say that Firoun was given extended period of time in his life, like his punishment and his end was delayed because he was obedient to his mother and he didn't do israf. So is this authentic?
Who is that person?
The Imam in the masjid.
Who's the person who was given long life?
Firoun.
Firoun. And the reason was because he did not do what?
Because he was very respectful and honorable to his mother, and he didn't do israf.
This is way overboard. This Imam of yours must come right out of a comic book. Number one, where did he get that Firoun was respectful to his mom? Number two, where did he get that he did not do israf, where he enslaved the sons of Israel's tribe to make pyramids and to make heinous things in his kingdom? This is totally bogus. I don't know where these guys bring these imams. And I know that such countries and such places pay money for such ignorant imams to spread the wrong message of Islam. When you spread the wrong message of Islam, when you appoint ignorant imams and who talk hocus pocus and nothing related to Islam, you ensure that the population are hibernating and don't know their religion, and you have real access and control over them. Mehwish from the US.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Sheikh, there are parents that are incredibly strict in creating like an Islamic environment for their children. And due to this strictness, when the child gets even a little millisecond of freedom, they go haywire. So how to create a balance so that these kinds of, this doesn't happen, children don't turn out this way. What do the parents do to ensure that they raise their child up correctly? Jazakallah khair.
Wa jazakum. First of all, we have to acknowledge and agree that there is no one size that fits all. And no matter what you do and how hard you try, guidance is in the hands of Allah Azza wa Jal. Look at Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him. One of the first 5 strong-willed messengers, Ulul Azm. He, as described in the Quran, remained in his people giving da'wah for thousands of years, for 1,000 years minus 50, yani 950 years. 950 years giving da'wah. Yet when the flood took place, he called his son, come and embark and get with us on the ark. And he says, no, I will go to somewhere safe. He rejected his father's da'wah and died as a kafir. Now, no one could ever have the audacity to blame Nuh that he didn't do a good job. He was the best in his job. But guidance is in the hands of Allah. You do your level best. You do your due diligence. You pray. You make dua. But you never cross the parameters set to us by Allah in the Quran and the Sunnah. We never cross red lines. If we look a little bit the other way and our children take and seize the moment and do something haram, it's on them, not on us. We have to apply Sharia and we have to weigh the pros and cons of dealing with them by seeing, okay, should I be harsh in reprimanding? Would that pay off? Or should I pretend I did not see a thing and hope that this is a one in a lifetime chance? Or should I sit and communicate with them? Or should I investigate the alternatives that I'm giving to them? At the end of the day, our children are adults. They're old enough to make a choice, and they're accountable for their choices. My role is to guide, to discipline, to set the parameters according to what the Quran and Sunnah are. And at the end of the day, the guidance is in Allah's hands, and Allah knows best. Abdullah from Bangladesh.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Assalamu
Sheikh, I wanted to know about the time of zawal, like approximately how long before the waqt of Dhuhr should we refrain from praying? Like, is it 30 to 40 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes?
No,
it
is approximately 10, maximum 15 minutes, not more. The time of zawal is when the sun keeps on rising until it's in the meridian, until it's parallel or exactly on top of an erect object, which makes no shade for it. The moment it goes a little bit to the west and the erected object has a shadow pointing to the east, this is the time of dhuhr. So this is about 10 minutes, a little bit, give or take, between 10 and 15 minutes before the actual adhan. Aisha from India.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salam.
Sheikh, I don't want to go to my hometown where I have to get stuck inside four walls for days. I'm getting frustrated. It is a Muslim village in India where people are not much educated, especially women don't go out. They just attend marriages, don't even go out for Eid prayers. I feel I'm closer to Allah in hostel in a medical college. And I think my dad gives me lectures more kind of to work and earn, but I feel I want to get closer to the Islamic practices. I just want a home with more practicing educated people around and discuss such things. But I feel my home is not such a place. What would you advise me from such a village?
I don't understand your question. Are you asking me about the permissibility of relocating and leaving your parents' house to live alone?
No, Sheikh. I have avoided to talk to my dad's lectures.
You what?
So his lectures about working and earning in the next part of life after studies.
Okay, so you don't want to work and earn?
Of course I want to do, but I want to become more Islamic. I'm afraid that this would lead me somewhere.
No, you have to strike the balance. Of course, our focus and priority would be to learn our religion and to practice it as Allah wants us to do so. But this does not mean that we isolate ourselves in a shell and leave worldly sciences and leave means of earning halal income if we are capable of doing this through the proper channels by abiding the hijab, by avoiding free mixing. Doesn't mean that. Yes, for a woman, her place is in her home with her husband and children. This is her priority. But unfortunately, some women don't get the chance to get married. And some women become the breadwinner due to the age and the financial status of their parents. So if this is the case, you have to strike the right balance between working, studying, and avoiding haram, and learning your religion, the Quran, Arabic, and becoming a better Muslim. And Allah knows best.